Welcome, fellow dreamers. Come on, Tommy. You know I can't do this without you. But I had my own rant. It's only fair you have your own rant. Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right doing the intro without you. Okay. But this'll mostly be your rant, okay? Got it? It's rant time! It is indeed rant time, and we're doing another speed draw. This speed draw, I'll explain it more when it's drawn out. I kind of like it to be a surprise initially. But yeah, we are doing another speed draw rant, and this rant is about, well, I think it's going to be about disciplining kids, and how people just don't do it anymore. And it's just, people are just growing up to be absolutely horrible, and, kids nowadays are just whiny little brats, and, they go out and ruin people's lives, and they're infantized even when they're not infants anymore, and it's because their parents shelter them and don't, do anything. This is how you end up with people like Chris Chan, But yeah, it's not like I'm saying, I've seen a lot of people on here, some people just think it's cute. Like, I remember this one time, particularly when I used to work at Michael's, this little girl was being an absolute brat. And her dad was just smiling at her like it was the cutest thing. And I was so disgusted. And there was this other kid that was she was throwing a huge tantrum, and I told her to put the product back on the shelf, and, because, I didn't want her to break anything, and she wasn't going to buy it. Yeah, I didn't want her to steal it either. And her mom actually got mad at me. And my mom was actually like, you don't school somebody's child. I'm like, if you don't discipline your own kid, eventually the rest of the world is going to. And they're probably going to do it in a way that you don't like. I'm just taken back to that scene from The Walking Dead where that guy is forced to slap his daughter for making a remark about something. And, the guy is just like, if you don't slap her, I'll slap her and I'll make it hurt. So, I'm not saying that you have to use corporal punishment. I don't think physical abuse of a child is ever okay. But there are ways to discipline children without, physically hurting them. And I think that should be applied. Usually what worked with me, is that, here's how my mom would discipline me. She would just straight up be honest with me. Oh, don't stick your fingers in the outlet, or you'll die and never see mommy and daddy again. Or don't run out into traffic, or you'll die and never see mommy and daddy again. So, or don't touch drugs, or drink alcohol, or you'll die and never see mommy and daddy again. I mean, to this day, I turned out to be a good kid and a good person. I stay at home, chill. I don't go out partying, drinking, doing drugs. And, I didn't end up like Aunt Annabelle, who I mentioned in story time on my YouTube channel. This will be going up on TikTok and YouTube. So for those of you on my TikTok, go to our true story times. I think it was called My Insane Family. But yeah, another thing is, I can't begin to count how many times I've tried to set a boundary with a child that was just acting like a brat in public, and I've been told that I'm overstepping. Again, this just goes back into, at least explain basic manners to your kid, at the bare minimum, like Adama was saying in the previous video. Or, just explain to them why what they're doing is wrong. Because a lot of people aren't going to listen to I told you, because I said so. Like, I know, as strong-willed as I am, I never listen to I told you, like, it's because I said so. You know, a lot of kids will just, understand if you don't insult their intelligence. If you talk to them and tell them, you know, hey, you shouldn't steal because it's wrong. You know, you could go to jail. You could, you know, be locked up and never see mommy and daddy again. All this, that, and the other. Or, hey, you shouldn't run out into traffic because it's really dangerous. You could get hurt real bad. You probably don't need to go as extreme as my mom did. But, you know, just like you could really get hurt, get serious boo-boos. You know, there's ways to do this, and, you know, kids will get a rebellious streak. It happens. This is where punishment does come in. Now, the best form of punishment, just confiscate something or put them in timeout. Like, you can't just let your kids run around and do whatever they want, or you're going to create a world of, which, shit, a world of monsters has already been created, but, that's besides the point. I guess what got me thinking of this is, you know, there was this whole situation on TikTok with this, wedding planner who, she wasn't a wedding planner, she was a makeup artist. And, she was gonna, you know, she was having a bad time, and she showed up, and, you know, she was crying on and off, and, you know, nobody was showing sympathy for her. There was a lot of people. I remember this Angelica Oles person. She's known for being kind of callous, though, but she's just flat out like, she's crying at inappropriate times, and I'm like, there's no inappropriate time to cry, okay? Like, show some empathy, you know, and like, Mama's even playing devil's advocate again. She's real good at that. She's like, oh, well, what if it was your wedding, and you were supposed to have, like, you know, you were getting your makeup done, and she was crying, and I'm like, well, because I'm not a complete and total soulless asshole, I would comfort her and try to make her feel better. You know, it's like, just because I hired her to do a service doesn't make her not human, you know? I mean, have I gotten annoyed with service workers before? Yes. But, I don't want them, bad things to happen to them, you know? I don't want them to suffer. So, you know, on top of that, this makeup artist has, you know, she had them sign a contract to create content around the, makeup. Well, I wouldn't say it's a contract, it was more of a consent form. Like, hey, can I create content? And she said she could, so she did. And, you know, the whole time everybody was complaining about her being there, and the bride ended up kicking her out. And, I remember Angelica Oles in this video in particular was just like, non-stop, you're overstepping. And I think that's what got me thinking of this, because me and Adama have also been told way too many times that we're overstepping, especially when it comes to somebody's brats that are just, you know, lacking discipline altogether. You know, and it's not like we did anything, like, physical or anything. We were just like, hey, that's wrong, don't do that. Or, you know, we tried to reason with them. Never treat a child like an adult, I know. It's as your tattoo artist says, some of them just really do need the piss slapped out of them. Yeah, I know, but, you know, it's just, there's no talking to them once the parent fails them to a certain extent. I know. But, you know, it's got me thinking, I was trying to let this get done a bit more, but I think enough of the sketch art is done so you can see what's happening here. But, yeah, the phrase overstepping and it's not your place. Like, those phrases have become trigger phrases for us just because of, we tried to stand up for ourselves when, we were, somebody was letting their brats torment us. And this is part of a reason, too, we feel so uncomfortable around kids, because it's like, you're just expected to let them just beat up on you and be disrespectful around you and just try to ruin your reputation. And you're expected to not do anything or say anything in response. And, we did talk about this in more detail on our YouTube channel. Check out the video, My Time in Hell, if, on our YouTube channel, if you want the details, but it's just a story I don't like getting into. But anywho, I remember flat out saying, like, especially, I think it was one of those times when Mom was playing devil's advocate again and saying, well, you were overstepping. I said, if I ever hear somebody tell me that I am overstepping again, I'm gonna put my fucking foot in their face. How's that for overstepping, bitch? Like, just full-on Ferris Bueller style. Like, you remember that scene where the sister answers the door and the principal's there, she just kicks him in the face 3 times, like, pow, pow, pow. But yeah, this is what, we're working on here. It's a very angry Hello Kitty. Just, stomping on our chosen Karen, Miffy's face. Because Miffy told her she was overstepping by having a white rabbit friend named Kathy, because Miffy is the only one allowed to be a white rabbit, so, Hello Kitty responds by overstepping with her foot in her face. Now, stylistic choice, we did decide to not give Hello Kitty a mouth, even though we gave her angrier eyes in this one. Like, in an anime anger mark, and we made her tail kind of spike, because cats, spike up when they get mad. But yeah, this, gosh, I will say, my rant is already almost done, and the speed draw is still going. So what I'm going to try to do is, I did notice there were a lot of points where I, had to stop, like, especially when I was changing tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to record the line art, the sketch work, and the markers, like the coloring, in 3 separate sections. So, instead of just drawing everything in one go, and see if that cuts time down a bit. I think there's a way to, like, cut sections out, but, yeah, we've already started the voiceover, though, so I think it's too late to experiment with that. We do have a lot of fun doing these speed draws, though, but yeah, we might just, like, film in 3 segments and see if that shaves off some time. But yeah, we do like doing speed draws like this. Again, comment if you would like to see more fan art or more original art. We do plan to engage in some art challenges. And tomorrow we finally get to go out. So we're gonna go out. We're gonna take a much-deserved walk around the mall, because that's what we love to do. Even if we don't buy anything, we just like to... I think it's because it's a childhood spot for me. And the Akashic Records are modeled around a mall. Yeah, good point, good point. So, gosh, I've got, like, a bit of a head cold, but, I'm not, like, sick, but it's, like, my nose has just been runny all day, and I am congested. And, I think I actually paused midway through this speed draw to sneeze, and I was trying really hard not to. And, like, I'm just thankful a throat isn't sore. Yeah, me too. That's always the worst. But if I had to guess, how he ended up getting sick. I bet it was that bitch from Claire's. You know, we got, if you follow us on YouTube, you would know that we got, like, a couple of things from Claire's. I think it was just that advent calendar. I don't think we got anything other than that. Okay, we got, like, a advent calendar. And, I can't remember if we got... No, we didn't get the blind bag from there, but we got an advent calendar. And the bitch behind the counter is over here just taking forever. And, then she's like, I'm so sorry, I have a cold. And I'm like, thinking to myself, why the fuck did you come to work then, asshole? You know, it's like, that disease-ridden bitch probably got us sick. Yeah. But anyways, seriously, if you go to work sick, you're a dick. But, I mean, I guess I'm one to talk since we did go to therapy sick. That's different. That was a medical emergency. Yeah, good point. She was just in a retail shop, like, just breathing all over everything. Yeah, I know. And, I mean, I guess we're gonna go out tomorrow because we're not really feeling too bad. We just have a runny nose, but still. There's all kinds of germs all over that mall anyway. Yeah, I know. It's not like the flu or anything. I just sniffling like crazy. I hope it's just a cold, actually, and not my... I had a sinus infection, and, we had a sinus infection because we share a body. We had a sinus infection, and, it was, we had a round of antibiotics for it, and if the sinus infection is still there, it means the antibiotics did not work, and we're probably in trouble. Not too much trouble. I mean, I haven't had, like, any eye pain or anything, so I don't think it's the sinusitis. Maybe. My nose is just really... Our nose is bothering us for sure. Anyways, yeah, I kind of miss the COVID restrictions because, you know, people respected our personal space during that time because of social distancing, and everybody was wearing a mask, and we didn't get sick, and, you know, it was also a good way to keep our nose warm, because we just picked up the Christmas tree today, and it is blistering outside. Like, our nose was so cold, and that didn't help the runniness at all, let me tell you. I hate that you can only put 5 tags on TikTok, though. At least the algorithm here is better. YouTube is just, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Y'all got any pointers for how to get the YouTube algorithm to not suck? I mean, it just seems like, I don't know. Seems like we'll put something here and it blows up, and then we put something on YouTube and it's stagnant. You don't think we was shadow banned, do you? I doubt it, but I don't know. I mean, I can find our stuff on the TV, so when I'm looking at it through Dad's account, so I don't think that's the case. But I don't know, maybe it just takes a while to build a following on YouTube. I'm glad we went to TikTok, though. I like TikTok a lot. I really wish people would stop trying to get it banned, though. Yeah, that is annoying. It's annoying, brother. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. I don't know. I think it's better to have pets than children, but I am not arguing with you there. I mean, just, I don't know. I just, I mean, children are kind of nasty, too. Like, they spit everywhere, they put boogers on things, like, shit they throw up. It's just, I don't get the appeal. I don't get what makes people want to have kids. Especially so many. Like, I see a lot of people just popping them out like rabbits. Like, on TikTok. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? Speed draw is still going. Yeah, we're gonna try another one where we shave it down a little bit, but, I don't know. I mean, this bitch is already 20 minutes long. It was 40 minutes before we sped it up. I wish we could put our urban explorations up here. I guess, I don't know how much they count as urban explorations when, we didn't actually go anywhere that was just too abandoned. I mean, we did urban explorations on YouTube, where we went to a graveyard, we went to a haunted house, we went to some property we owned that's been sitting abandoned, which also had a graveyard in it. Yeah, it had a really old graveyard in it, and, that, like, it was so old, some of the headstones were, like, actually rocks. And, we went to, this mall that's in our area that's partially abandoned. They say they're planning to rework it. I'm telling you, if they just throw a mini-saw in there, it'll come back to life. They got 3 abandoned slots at this point. Throw in a Miniso, throw in a Claire's, throw in a Spencer's or a Hot Topic or something. Or a Pop Mart. Yeah. Seems like that would be the best way to bring in more people. Which this mall is like a single-story mall. It doesn't have to be. They have an upper story. They just use it for offices. And, I mean, if they just... I'd actually kind of like to see them rework it into a modern mall. I don't get why so many malls are, like, closing down and becoming, like, mixed-use areas. Nobody wants to walk around outside, you know? Like, part of the appeal of the mall is you get to walk around indoors. It's a good way for us to get exercise, because we're not exposed to the elements. You know, like freezing cold, heat if it's summertime, and, mosquitoes also if it's summertime. And, you know, I'm not prone to walking face first into an orb weaver. Yeah. They do not like being touched. And the last thing we need is one of those on our face, because, I hear the bites are painful. Anyways, gosh, that line art is still going. Yeah, we're gonna, I don't know. Yeah, there's, some catacombs somewhere around here. We gotta figure out how to get in those and explore. I'm a little scared to do that. What if we go down there and there's, like, I don't know, a cult or something down there? Would we find the Illuminati? Oh my gosh. It probably wouldn't be the Illuminati, but, whoop! Oh my gosh, that's an inside joke. I mean, it's not that much of an inside joke. There was this movie on Netflix about a haunted asylum or something. And there was this one guy who would just overreact to everything. And there was this one scene where this girl found, like, this shrine with, it was like a demon shrine or something, like a Satanist cult shrine. And she said, oh, they were doing blood sacrifices here. And the guy's, like, over there going, oh, we should go. It's dangerous down here. And the girl goes, look, the blood's fresh, which means that whoever did a blood sacrifice down there did it, like, fairly recently, so they're in there with that cult, so the guy goes, whoop! And then runs out of the room. Anyways, He had a big-ass mouth. Every time he'd say something, the corners of his mouth would reach his ears. He was like the Grinch. Yeah, that just made... And it was one of those found footage films where they had like a GoPro pointed at their face the whole time, so he's just walking around looking like a damn donkey. Oh my gosh. Trying to think of something else to talk about. I've been pretty much... Gosh, at least, Adama, at least you tried to stay on topic during your rant. I can't... I'm like getting way off topic. I mean, they got all the important shit out. I mean... Our real fans won't mind if we shoot the shit a little while the speed draw wraps up. True, true. I trying to think of something we could do next for a speed draw. Can't think of, some things that'll be fun. I might just straight do some fan art, because I just don't know. Oh, the coloring part is always so satisfying. We did have some prompts, but we gotta, like, I don't know, get them together or something. Anywho, you know, we're working on, like, other content, too. We should probably start doing our outro. Oh, yeah. That'll be it for now, fellow dreamers. Stay tuned for future content. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, follow us on TikTok, subscribe to us on YouTube, and also on YouTube, click the little bell. Yep, all of that good stuff. And, you know, if there's something you want to... Like, let us know if you prefer fan art or original art, because we do want to draw more pastel, too. We're going to draw some more of him, so stay tuned for that, or them. We decided the rat was non-binary. I'm sorry. But yeah, our little scorpion rat creation. The rats! Anywho, yeah, we're gonna do some more speed draws. Go follow us on YouTube if you want more longer form content. Oh, and we have a Patreon. Please do go join that for exclusive content, especially because we really need the money. Yeah, we do. We can't monetize until we reach 1,000 followers and subscribers, and we are all in debt. So, yeah, I think we're almost done here. With that being said, until next time, fellow dreamers, ta-ta for now. Not quite yet. Do you like the emergency broadcast system thing I did last time? You know, they really do need to stop testing that thing so much, because they're pretty much crying wolf at this point. Next thing you know, there's going to be a nuke heading for us, and nobody's going to take it seriously because they test it so much. Oh my gosh. Damn, you remember that time on April Fools when they set those fucking missiles off and, Oh, okay. Video's over.